Yo, what is up guys? I figured I would throw together a little guide on how to farm the blood scythes inside of Zul'gurub now that it has fully released and people are able to get the bloodlines and everything like that. So you can do this as any class, rogue, warrior, priest, warlock, doesn't matter. You can do it as anything. You can solo farm this, don't need any friends, and you're good to go. So we're gonna be starting at the Panther Temple, the Temple of Bethek. To get there, you need to follow the waterfall on the right and across the bridge. There is a path here and a bunch of berserkers you need to be wary about. Down here, there's a bunch of crocodiles you need to avoid and a bunch of fish in the water. But you can basically just jump into the water and jump out again and they reset. So jump into the water, jump out again and they reset. The blood scythe is very, very good to get, by the way, because it makes you able to farm blood vines inside of Zul'gurub, which is used for a piston slot set for casters and other really, really cool stuff. So right here, you want to aim towards the middle of the torch. Actually, a little bit left to the torch. I mean, as long as you're right around the torch, you're good to go, basically. There's a bunch of pathings here, like a few trolls and some panthers you gotta avoid. But they're really not that annoying to deal with. They're pretty easy. There's also a few berserkers around the whole entirety of Zul'gurub you gotta avoid. But you will become familiar with those, I guess. So there are 3 voodoo piles at the temple that we would want. There's 2 at each side, and there's 1 on the northern side as well. The 2 on the sides are pretty easy to get, and the 1 on the north, you're gonna need either a speed potion or sprint if you're a rogue, or dash. So the ones on the side, you jump on the middle ledge of the temple where the mobs are not able to reach you. It's basically a reset, like a safe spot. So what you want to do here is you want to shoot the mobs. It aggroes the whole pack. Run all the way back out to the normal side of the temple where the mobs will be able to reach you, and that'll basically start their leash. So you run all the way up here, you wait for all the mobs to leash up to you, and once they have reached you, you jump down to the middle ledge where they cannot reach you, and you wait for them to reset, because they will eventually reset if they're not able to reach you inside of the raid. So once that has happened, you wait out here, and you just jump down whenever they run away. So like a few seconds later, they begin running back, and you jump down, you loot the voodoo pile, and hopefully you get a scythe. There's a pretty low chance to get a scythe, but with this farm, you should be able to get it pretty fast. So there's the scythe, looted, easy peasy, good to go. Either here you can vanish, or you can die, or you can sort of reset it again on the same way. You do the same thing on the other side for the other voodoo pile, and the northern one is a little bit more tricky. You gotta use either a dash, a sprint, or a speed potion. There is a invisible panther like pathing around the temple, which I'm gonna throw a little bit of video of it on stream now. There you go. It's a little bit of a panther pathing around. He's not really that big of a deal. Like, I'm gonna be running into him here in the video as well, but just be wary of him, like if you're pulling him and you're not in stealth. So you pull this pack, you wait for them to follow you all the way around, and you save your dash, sprint, or speed potion till they are right here, so you can avoid this pack right here. So you CC those guys if you hit the big panther, and you run all the way up to the end of the temple, and you basically repeat the cycle that we did before, where you wait for them to get close, and you jump down, and you wait for them to reset. Once they've reset, you jump down and you pick up your spoils. It's pretty easy, honestly, once you get the hang of it. You might die a few times if you're not really used to the way they leash and everything like that, and you're a little bit too slow at running down and looting. But it's a pretty straightforward thing. So loot your pile and you're good to go. There's a voodoo pile and maybe a blood scythe if you're lucky. So you can actually reset here as well because they're pretty slow at running back. So the final one, there's actually 2 more, but the last one is only for rogues. So the final one that every single class can do is over at the tiger boss. So to get to the tiger boss, we basically do the same thing as before. We avoid all the berserkers, we avoid all the paths. You can either choose to run here on the ledge, or you can jump down into the water and go over to the where the fishing barge is located. You wait for all your mobs to reset, or you're very impatient like me and you decide to just CC the fishes and just make a swim for it. And this one is a little bit more tricky than the previous ones. If you're not feeling up for it, you can just reset the raid and pick the ones at the temple, because once you reset the Zul'gurub, if you haven't killed any bosses, you can actually keep looting voodoo piles. They all respawn, and you can also loot herbalist spots and thorium. At the tiger boss, there's a bunch of tigers pathing around, and you can kill these if you're feeling a little bit iffy about them. You just gotta be wary that they run back to their I guess their mates. They run to the mates, mate. So this one down here, there is a big tiger pack. You will need to pull them in a little bit of a specific way to get the whole pack to leash. If you don't do that, you won't be able to loot the voodoo pile because you have to be out of combat to loot it. So the little tiger that I've marked with a star here in the video, he basically paths from the village on the right all the way down to the tigers on the left. We want to wait till his pathing is on the way back from the tigers to the village, and you want to use your bow just as he's about to run back. If you time it perfectly, if you time it good, you should be able to pull the whole pack without any trouble. So wait for him to path down here, and he's gonna turn around, path all the way up. Right here, you charge up your bow, you shoot him, and it's very important here that you run to the right like I'm doing, so you don't pull any other tigers. Right when you reach the tree stump, the tigers will begin to run towards you. There is also a berserker down here that you might also pull. Berserkers run very fast, and they can really screw you over. But if you're a little bit sneaky, you should be able to pull it off. So once you're all the way up here, same deal as the other two pulls. No, 3 pulls basically. You wait for them to reset, and you jump down, loot your voodoo pile, and you're good to go. That's basically it. So the next one is a rogue only, because you need to have a vanish to pull this one off. It is to the right of the Panther Temple, the Temple of Bethek. And to do this one, you're gonna have to do a little bit of parkour and run on the ledge, basically. There's a slight chance that this pack right here has a bad pack. And those can really screw you over, because they have stealth detection, and they run faster than the other tigers or panthers or raptors, basically. So this one, what you do right here is you target the raptor or tiger or whatever animal there is here. You shoot them, you run up here on the ledge, and you jump on the wall. The mobs will be able to reach you here. So what you should do is wait for them to leash all the way over to you. Jump down on the voodoo pile. As you're jumping down, use your vanish so you leave the combat, and you pick up your voodoo pile. That's it. That's basically all the spots you can do solo. Most of them you can do without being a rogue, and the last one here is a little bit of a bonus, I guess. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the bell, and I don't know what else you say. All that stuff, guys. All right, peace out, and